Something unbelievable happened to us. After 5 months of planning, 2 months of preparation, 2 weeks of fabrications, 5 days of overtime, 2 days of not sleeping, and countless tension, we won the Exhibit of the Year award. Hello Facade Duckies, I'm Pei, and in this video, let me tell you a story of how we started the journey of the design and build of a trade show booth. This is Jasmine. Jasmine is a business development manager in Facade Resources and is in charge of the development of the trade show booth in ARCHIDEX. I couldn't have done our last video regarding the cavity barrier without her.
How may I help you?
This is one of the sales rep from CIS Network. All you have to know is that they organize the ARCHIDEX.
Hello CIS Network. I would want to set up a booth again for next year's ARCHIDEX. Hopefully we get some nicer location, you know, like at the center of the hall.
Yeah. Oh hey Jasmine, how's business doing? Thanks for contacting. Just to let you know that next year we will have 2 locations, one in KLCC and another one in MyTech.
Oh wow, that's great. But it's okay, I just want to book my place in the KLCC.
Yeah, about that. We will be doing a special facade theme called ARCHIDEX in MyTech, and we need to move you and all the facade related exhibitors there. Either you need to move there or you won't be able to exhibit. Your choice.
What do you mean I won't have a choice? I'm the customer here. Anyway, what perks do I get if I move to MyTech?
Well, you'll get the first dibs on choosing a nicer booth location.
Meaning I could choose to place our booth at the center? Beside the PAM Pavilion? It just looked like a nicer place at the center of the intersection to get more visitors to notice us.
Those spaces around the PAM Pavilion you mentioned, we reserved for our finest VIPs, which would cost you like 5,000 extra. Also, we have like a design theme going on around the PAM Pavilion, so if you want to occupy the space, our criteria is that you would need to get an architect to design the booth. Oh, while you're at it, you would need an engineer to check your structure and endorse your drawings.
I hope it's worth it.
This is Chris and Suzanne. They are both architects and directors of Wallace Architects. They are designers of the booth.
Okay gang, here we have the booth design which we were inspired by this image and this image, you know, like a car showroom with the membrane lighting, so that we could attract the crowds to come into our space. At the corner here we also have a secret entrance with a small storage area for the bags and leaflets. Materials wise, we want to do aluminum composite panels with mirror finishes.
That's great. Also, could we add a pylon outside? We had a Z pylon last year.
It looks so huge and we don't have much space. Do we really need to insert that into our booth?
Because it kind of mimics the rig from the BS 8414 testing, which is like the whole point of our flagship cavity barrier. Also, if we put our LED lit brand logo, people from far away can see this.
I'll guess we could make it work with the triangle base to save space. And since you mentioned the testing rig, why not also do exposed section detail with labels like a sneak peek of what's going on inside?
Oh yeah, while we're at it, we could have like an artificial fire I saw online that uses water to create fogs and LED lights to light it up like what a real fire would do.
You know what? You two are geniuses, and this would be the coolest booth ever. Let's finalize this design, shall we? But remember, the organizer told me that we must have a professional engineer to check the structure.
I think I have the right person in mind.
This is why facade is related to our faces.
Hey Pei, what's up?
Oh, nothing much. Just doing some YouTube videos lately.
Oh, that's nice. By the way, would you be interested to take up this custom booth design project for the upcoming ARCHIDEX on July 21st this year? But it is a small project, so we could not charge much though.
After this, we have some nitty-gritty discussions which I will summarize what they were talking about. First, the panel sizing. Second, the gap details. Third, footing of the pylon. Fourth, changing pylon orientation. Fifth, sandwich panel size and color. Sixth, hiding the back rooms. You know what? Let's just skip to the next part.
Alright everyone. We still need to consider these 2 things before fabrication. First is the transportation and logistics. Second is the limited installation time frame. We have only less than 24 hours in the span of 2 days to work on it, which is 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Saturday, July 19th, and 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Sunday, July 21st. Mr. Chu, do you have anything to say about this?
Hi Jasmine, Based on your requirements, my team and I had come up with a design prior to this meeting. This is our markup for the structural members and joint design for the booth. All the joints are bolted for easier assembly and transportation. Preferably, we shall develop the modular construction, which of course needs to fit in the truck and access.
Then what about the pylon?
Based on Mr. Wong's request to save fabrication time, the pylon would be transported as a single assembly with a low loader truck. So all of the joints there would be shop welded.
Sorry for interrupting, guys. I'm just thinking why not we could have the panels and structural members in their assembly modules planned out first on a 3D model for our review before we start our fabrication process. Mr. Wong, do you think this is okay?
I was thinking about that too. We cannot afford to have any last-minute errors before our big day.
I don't mind, but I think it is best if we have the panels separately so that we won't accidentally cut the surface during transport.
I guess that'll do then.
The fabrication took place in a Facade Resources factory in Sungai Buloh. Generally, it takes us about an hour to reach there from ATECH Design in the morning. Before fabrication, Arc Facade developed their 3D structural framing model, which then turned into fab drawings. Prior to this day, Arc Facade subbed out their steelwork fabrication, then transported to here for assembly. And starting from today, we will be following up the fabrication process every day until the show day.
Hi, I'm Lucas Chiu from Facade Resources. I'm in charge of sales and marketing. So our team is working so hard for this event.
When we came to the yard, they had already assembled the steel structure and were setting up the flooring boards, which include a layer of plywood and a layer of vinyl tiles for cement epoxy flooring. For the both layers, they have to measure and mark the excessive parts at the edge so that the flooring boards fits nicely. While one team is still working on the flooring boards, another team of workers have already started fabricating the booth's first panel cladding. During this time, we found a problem here. It seems like we are not able to achieve the 5mm gap intended by ARCHIDEX based on the profiles as intended by the ARCHIDEX decision. Since the ARCHIDEX will be coming here for review roughly in an hour anyway, we put this part on hold and hopefully wait for them to give us some confirmation on the gapless panels. Finally, the architects has arrived. See what kind of comment they have.
Hi, I'm Chris from Wallace Architects, and myself is here with Suzanne. We are here to review the mock-up, so hopefully everything goes well.
Besides solving the panels gap issue, Chris and Suzanne are also working together to solve more detailing issue, noticeably on the edge of the panels. After this, we then went back to home and came back the next day. Today is day 2 of my factory visit in Facade Resources. And now this is the booth right now here. What I see is just the panel installed and the ceiling installed, and the most crucial part, which is a pylon, is not here yet. So I guess we have to see at night whether the pylon has delivered to us. Well, I was talking about the video that the pylon hasn't arrived. Now it has arrived. From Mr. Wong's request, the steel structure of the pylon was fabricated in a one-whole piece. Once again crafted by Arc Facade Subcon, they transported it with a low loader to the client's yard. Then the workers used all their might to lift up the pylons for it to stand. This is the last day we will be in their factory, and when I arrived, they had already disassembled most of the parts of the booth. What they do is just unscrew the parts and flat pack them to stand by for loading. Meanwhile, Arc Facade also has another team doing some stuff on the pylon. They are working on the pylon as much as possible to ensure more stability and to reduce the work needed to be done on site. So now today is Friday at 7 o'clock. When I came here, I didn't film, but I only film now because I want to quickly go and film how they disassembled the booth. The low loader will come around 8 o'clock, I heard. So now we have to wait until everything is loaded up first before we go back. As you can see now by judging the dark sky, now it's very late. We couldn't load the truck earlier because based on the local laws, large trucks are only allowed to be on the road during non-peak hours to reduce traffic jams. Also, I purposely stayed to film this scene so I could check out their lifting in action using the crane built on the low loader. Today is Saturday, it's the first day of installation, and I kind of come here late, but it's okay, they have already do their booth halfway already. So let's check out what they have done so far. For the following 2 days, we were in MyTech filming on the installation of both the booth and pylon in Facade Resources designated space. Before I go into the hall, I'm immediately greeted by the wide hallway and spectacular curtain wall facade designed by Pinta Jaya. a well-known facade consultant in Malaysia. Although MyTech is much further from the city centre, I'm getting fond of this premise because of how spacious and comfortable it is and how straightforward it is when it comes to transport, unloading and just the overall circulation, as compared to the Kuala Lumpur Convention Centre where they used to hold the ARCHIDEX just beside our iconic Twin Towers. From the briefing and the entrance, it is mentioned that we need to wear our PPE to go in and there are guards outside. When we went inside, the contractors had already built out some parts of the booth. Here I have the time-lapse of the process. After having most bulk items in place, the men worked together to lift up the 6-meter tall pylon by hand then put it in place. Now for more time-lapse of installation of the inner cladding panels and the edge profiles. This is day 2 and the last day of installation. It has been very intense for us. Now we have seen the most of the finishes in place and the sticker has been peeled off. I like how the panels look with the metallic mirror finish. Here you see is the entrance of a hidden storage room before they install the door. It felt quite spacious here, maybe with enough space for a small person to lie down. Oh, they are installing the built-in table too. Afterwards, they install the door with a hinge and the door closer, so now the door closes automatically. I would say the booth is very close to finishing. Now we still have a lot to work on the pylon. At that time, the signage contractor came and assisted us in installing the Lightbox logo on top of the pylon. The difficult part is to connect the electric wire to the bottom, where the electric plugs are there. The LED lit logo box is facing directly at the entrance to attract more visitors. Can you guess what these acrylic panels are for? The 2 acrylic panels are used as a wall-like backing surface to cover the pylon and to showcase their flagship cavity barrier and a sandwich panel like a 3D detail visuals, so that the visitors will have some ideas of how these products could be installed. After that, the contractors install their products on the wall, the cavity barriers as well as the labeling stickers. The sandwich panels will come in afterwards. Look what has arrived! This is the most important piece of equipment during our show. This is a custom-made LED water vapor machine that mimics the look of a fire. It generates water vapor upon adding a small amount of water and it is good for hours. This is Eric, the managing director for Facade Resources. He just came and wanted to help in wiping the stains and dust off the pylon. I don't know what to say, but it is cool to have him to be with us here. Finally, we start to install the sandwich panels on the pylon. Now for some time lapse. At last, the membrane lighting team has arrived to install the LED membrane for us. For something that looks simple, we couldn't imagine it will take 2 to 3 hours to complete until we see it for our very own eyes. They really do it street by street and it is very fascinating to watch. I couldn't wait until it is completed, so we have to see it on the show day. Finally guys, today is the show day! After all this hard work have been done for the past few weeks, this is the final result and it looks great. Everything has been in place. The coffee maker, the TV, stools and tables, and the brand logo and the company premium tote bags. Suddenly we got the news. Turns out the architects from the association that came earlier were here to judge our booth. Drum roll please! We end up getting the Exhibitor of the Year award. That was really unexpected for us. Hey guys, look who's here is Ducky! For my end note, sorry for the hiccup for this upload because I was busy with project inquiries, so I let myself go. Honestly, we couldn't have done the video without the help and support from everyone, especially Jasmine and Lucas from Facade Resources. And I'm very grateful for this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to document this process of a booth design and booth installation. So please let me know if you'd like to see more of this kind of video down in the comments. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye!